daughter's phone rang in the middle of the night, she knew something was wrong. It wasn't first responders calling her. It was her own daughter, Sydney Leday. She told her mom she had been shot. Sydney was at the same private party in downtown Houston where rapper Takeoff was killed. Her mom, trying to process the news, rushed to the hospital to be by her daughter's side. In her first interview, this mom opens up about her daughter's recovery, what those early moments were like in the hospital, and why she's calling for accountability now for what happened to her 24-year-old daughter. What has this been like as a mom to watch your daughter go through this?
Oh, as a mom, it's from the beginning, it's been like she said, it's unreal. It's like Halloween weekend just haven't stopped. You know, as a mom, you want to make sure your child is okay, of course. So moms, we know how to hold things in and keep pushing and make sure everything's okay. And we kind of will set ourselves to the side, you know, just to make sure our children are good. But it's been a nightmare, you know. As a mom, you're watching your child sick, like she said, coming home from the hospital. Well, from the initial phone call, I felt like my whole inside was on the floor. You know, my husband had to pick me up. We had to keep pushing to even get to her, you know, and just to hear the words from the child. Mom, I've been shot in my head. You know, like, you're like, what? Like, what are you saying? And then she's telling me that, so.
And where were you when you got that phone call?
The funny thing, whenever she's not home and she goes out, I'm constantly up. I'm walking around. And that particular night, I just sat down on the side of the bed. And when the phone rang, I just knew it. It was something. So, you know, I had to call my mom, call my sisters, tell my husband, you know, not that she's been shot in the head, but we got to go now. So it's hard.
So you went straight to the hospital. What happened when you got there?
We stood outside in the cold and rain under the carport with the police because we couldn't go in for like 7 hours.
That must have been torture.
It was. You know, to hear her say that and then you don't know.
Did they tell you, or I guess she told you, you knew that she had been shot?
Mm-hmm. But it's to know, like, is she okay? Like, seven hours is a long time. And the police were trying to be as helpful as they could, but they didn't know, you know, her situation because they were out there with me. And they had to secure the hospital so that if it was a threat to her, you know, not knowing who the shooters were, not knowing if they were followed to the hospital.
Like, they were worried about her safety, even in the hospital.
Yes, she was under an alias. And I suggested that they keep it that way because we didn't know anything. Looking at social media with this guy, the way they were showing him, and then knowing that she's in the hospital, like, that was torture by itself.
So 7 hours later, you get to your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see?
Basically, the picture that I posted on her GoFundMe is what I saw. She had a tube. To me, she looked like she was dead. Me being a mom. just something I'll never forget.
How long was it before she woke up that first time?
This clever Wi-Fi hack allows you to get super fast Wi-Fi in 6 seconds. Do you know what the extra button on your home's Wi-Fi router is for? By holding this button for 15 seconds.
She woke up that first time.
Probably the next day, I think. She woke up and, like she said, she wanted to leave. So they had to keep her sedated. And just seeing her, you know, her hands are in mittens. The two, you know, just the whole look of everything. And
yeah, even my friends, when they see the picture, they just, it's like, you need a warning sign.
yeah, but, you know, my family, I didn't share a lot of things with my family because there was so much going on. And once I did post the GoFundMe, it was like everything started over.
People
I had
wanted to know how she was doing. What happened?
First, a lot of calls, and yeah, it did. Like, it was coming back all over again, which we knew was going to happen, but it's just like you having those emotions all over again.
There's no planning for any of it. There's no planning with her having nightmares. She was constantly nauseated. She couldn't eat. The anxiety, the constant emotions, just out of nowhere, she's crying, you know. We're just trying to take care of her. And so we had to deal with all of that. And we're still dealing with it. For a while, she was afraid. She didn't know, you know. She just didn't know. You know, even as a mother, I'm sheltering her from the TV. I'm sheltering her. I'm keeping her phone so she's not on social media. She's not seeing the pictures from that night. You know, she's not reading all these comments. It's just a lot. You know, I'm covering up for my 7-year-old. You know, she wants to know, where's Sissy? So I'm telling her, you know, she knew she was in the hospital, but I'm telling her, oh, Sissy has a headache, but she'll be fine. She knew something was going on, but she's only 7.
What do you want to say to people who are following the case, heard about Sydney's story, who have wanted to help in some way and wanted to know how she's doing?
I just want to say it's a long road to recovery. It's a day-to-day process. You know, it's not easy. We're so appreciative for all the love and support from strangers, you know. You just never know. You never know where help can come from. You never know that strangers, you know, people hear all this bad stuff every day, but it is a good side. You know, people that they don't know her, but I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Just people don't know her, and they don't know us as a family, but to see the support and the love from people. So sometimes I have to look and think it's a lot that I haven't even saw from my own family. people that know her. But to see people give that don't know her, that means so much. And I can't say thank you enough. Like she said, we're grateful. So grateful. And I just know God is so good because he didn't have to keep her here, but he did. So we have to live our life a different way, just being grateful.
As a mom, do you want someone to be held accountable for what happened that night to your daughter?
I do. Because she didn't ask for that. You know, if you just, I know you can't, you can go to Walmart and something can happen. But if you're out, you're just having a good time, you're in an establishment, I feel like you should be safe enough to go home. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about being shot. So if they find someone, then that's great. If they have the person that they think is accountable, that's great. But yes, the place, wherever, someone should be held accountable.